Freddie Roach said he's about to bet his house on Manny Pacquiao beating Keith Thurman. As we know, that fight is coming up on pay-per-view. And don't do it, Freddie. You're going to lose your house, man. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Welcome back to Fanon International Boxing. Hit that subscribe, hit the like, share the videos. Definitely check out our live streams that we do Monday through Friday. Check out the Patreon. Now let's get into this video. All right, I'm doing this video with full knowledge that more than likely I'm going to be attacked by a large group of people from the Philippines, but so be it. All right, we know that Manny Pacquiao is going to be fighting Keith Thurman in a pay-per-view event coming up next month. Manny Pacquiao is one of the most accomplished fighters of this century. He is a million weight class division champion. He is very, very well respected. He's an excellent, in my personal opinion, one of the most talented fighters that I've seen in my life. Talented fighters, physically gifted fighters that I've seen in my lifetime. Extremely fast, extremely strong. The dude comes to fight. He's the type of guy that up until recently would pretty much fight anybody. So, let me say that before I get into, why I say, Freddie, don't do it. Don't bet your house on this, man. Because there is something that is undefeated, and this is it's corny cliche, but it's true. It's true. It's true. Father Time is undefeated. And if you go around betting your house on 40-year-old blown up featherweights, beating undefeated unified welterweight champions, man, you're going to lose your house eventually. And I do believe that's what is going to happen if for anybody that is really going to put a lot of money on Manny Pacquiao beating Keith Thurman. Now, why would people believe that Keith Thurman would lose to Manny Pacquiao? Besides the fact that Manny Pacquiao is, he's Manny Pacquiao, right? There's a lot of people that if I do a video and I say something like, look, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the best fighters I've seen in my lifetime. And I truly, truly mean that. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the best fighters that I've seen in my lifetime. A 130, 135 pound Floyd Mayweather Jr. was spectacular to behold. Spectacular. The Floyd Mayweather Jr. that fought not just Ricky Hatton, but Arturo Gatti was spectacular. The Manny Pacquiao that fought Juan Manuel Marquez was spectacular. The guy that fought Cotto was spectacular. But Floyd Mayweather Jr., when I tell people, no, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not going to fight Errol Spence Jr. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not going to fight Terrence Crawford. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not going to fight Canelo Alvarez now because he's over 40 years. He's over 40 years old. The Floyd Mayweather Jr. that beat Arturo Gatti left the building a long time ago, but he was so good at his peak that even in his decline, he was still better than everybody else. But there always comes a point in the careers of athletes and human beings in general that although you might have been the most supremely gifted and most supremely skilled athlete on the planet, that decline combined with the ascension of somebody else will wind up getting you beat up. The classic example of that is Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes. 1967, Muhammad Ali, there ain't no chance, in my opinion, there ain't no chance Larry Holmes is going to beat him. But in 1980, That's 30 or 19, was it 1979 or 1980? But let's just say it's 1980. 1980, that's 13 years past 1967. And the Muhammad Ali that was moving around and couldn't get touched by Cleveland Williams is no longer in existence. And that's the case that we have now with Manny Pacquiao. You can look at Keith Thurman and say, Keith Thurman didn't look that good against Josecito Lopez. Okay, he didn't look that good against Josecito Lopez. He dropped Josecito Lopez. He moved. He might have got hurt a couple times to the body against Josecito Lopez, but he won that fight against Josecito Lopez, and that was his first fight in 2 years. Now, I would suspect that going in against Josecito Lopez, Keith Thurman didn't think that it was going to be much of a threat. And neither did I, and neither did you most likely. But Keith Thurman, is now going to have his eyes set firmly on Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman has been watching Manny Pacquiao for years, seeing how he fights, watching to see what his weaknesses are, see what his tendencies are. People had seen that before, but they didn't have the ability to capitalize on Manny Pacquiao's weaknesses in large part because Manny Pacquiao was still at his physical peak. Now I'm leaving aside all the conversations about, a little extra, a little Jarrell Big Baby Millerishness in his earlier part of his career. I know people are going to say that in the comment section, but in this video, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to act like that's him, right? Just assume that there was never any performance enhancing drugs or anything into that in the equation. People could not take advantage of those weaknesses. That doesn't mean they didn't know they were there. The game plan for Manny Pacquiao has already been set. One thing that you can say for sure about Keith Thurman is Keith Thurman is a bright guy. Keith Thurman he's an intelligent fighter. He's an intelligent person. He's smart enough not to get in there with Errol Spence Jr. That's his brain telling him, hey, nah, I don't think I can, that might be a little bit too much for me. At least that's what I think. But Keith Thurman is an intelligent fighter. He's watched Manny Pacquiao. He's probably watched 40 Manny Pacquiao fights. Manny Pacquiao, I don't know how many fights Manny Pacquiao has. I guess I got to look at his record, but I think Manny Pacquiao is pushing up on 60 fights. But regardless, that's what I'm saying, man. Don't bet your house on this. Now, notice what I'm not doing in this video. I'm not doing some technical breakdown of Manny Pacquiao's strengths and Keith Thurman's weaknesses. I'm not doing it. I'm looking at this forest for the trees because I really do believe sometimes people get lost. People get lost in the particulars, right? Like look how he throws his punch here. You can take advantage of that. Look how he leans over. His chin is leaning over slightly too far over. Look how his feet are too wide. All those minute, very valid observations sometimes go out of the window when you're looking at the entire situation. Like, this guy's over 40 years old. This guy, when you're over 40 years old and you're going 12 rounds and you just fought a few months ago and you just fought a few months before that, you have to take into consideration that this guy might come in there and really have a bad day. When you get older, it just shows up all of a sudden, right? You could be in the last week of training camp, you throw your shoulder out, you strain a muscle, right? You strain a calf, you turn an ankle. It doesn't heal like it used to heal, right? You cut weight in order to make the weight. Now, I'm not sure how much weight Manny Pacquiao would have to cut to make 147. I'm pretty sure he makes that comfortably, but just assume that he has to actually lose a few pounds to get to 147. When you do that, and then the next day that you have to fight, when you get older, your body might not respond as well to that. Those are not little minute things that you can look at when you're looking at what's going on in the ring. And that's why I'm saying be very, very careful about picking Manny Pacquiao to beat Keith Thurman. Now, could he beat Keith Thurman? Sure, he's got the things that Manny Pacquiao has that would enable him to beat somebody like Keith Thurman is a tremendous amount of experience that Manny Pacquiao has. Manny Pacquiao's not going in there nervous. This moment is not going to be too big for him. He's been there, done that, been there, done that, been there, done that, been there, done that, over and over and over again. So he's definitely still got relatively fast hands. He's got relatively fast feet, right? I see him slowing down. I don't see him being nearly as blazingly fast as he was when he was fighting Antonio Margarito, or when he's fighting Miguel Cotto, or when he was fighting Oscar De La Hoya. But I would also argue that Keith Thurman is a little bit different a beast than any of those guys were, because Keith Thurman is also, and he's still got very good, he's got good power. He's got very fast feet. He's got very fast feet, and he's watched all those fights before. So look, man, we'll see what happens. And I certainly do wish the best for Manny Pacquiao. The morning after the fight, if I weren't to watch it, which I will, it's going to be on pay-per-view. More than likely, I'll buy it. Even though I'm saying, man, don't bet your house, man, on that. If you do, you better hedge your bet so you got something where you don't lose everything. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised in the morning if the next morning I found out that Keith Thurman won, that Manny Pacquiao won the fight. But you know, I'm thinking, you know, pretty heavily that Keith Thurman is going to pull this out. Definitely haven't watched that last fight with Adrian Bronner. But later on, you know, a little bit, in maybe a week or so, we'll start doing and covering this, you know, covering that fight, you know, on a daily basis, or, you know, a few times a week. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.